hand if you can hear me. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Okay, I'm testing the sound. Give me just 1 second, okay? Okay. There's a little bit of double sound there. Okay, good morning, everyone. While we wait, I'm going to give it a couple more minutes for people to join. People are still joining in the webinar and YouTube. So if you can tell me in the Q&A where you're from, I would love to know where you are watching from. I'm going to turn on my camera while we wait. Hi, everyone. Good morning. The chat is turned off today because we do expect this to be a little bit of a bigger story time. So please let me know if you have any questions or you want to tell me anything during the story time. You can type it in the Q&A if you are on Zoom. On YouTube, I believe our comments haven't been working for a couple of days. So if you need anything, just tell me in the Q&A, okay? I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a second. Can you hear me okay? Raise your hand if you can hear me. Raise your hand. Okay, good. See it just little. There we go. So we got Fremont, UK, welcome. Anastasia, welcome back. Malta, welcome back. Toronto, California, Albuquerque, Manteca, Illinois, Santa Clara, Canada, St. Louis, Massachusetts, Nazareth, Fresno, Minnesota, welcome. Raleigh, San Jose, Washington, Eliana from Orange, California, Maryland, Castro Valley, Indiana, LA, Toronto. I love reading these. Concord, Virginia Lakes, Fremont, Tucson, Washington State, Marina, Massachusetts, San Diego, welcome. San Diego, Texas, Dublin, England, Lithuania, wow, welcome. Canada, California, Mountain View, Oregon, Virginia, New Hampshire. All right. Sunnyvale, you love story time. We love having you at story time, especially today. Welcome, everyone. It's almost Valentine's Day. Raise your hand if you're super excited for Valentine's Day. Raise your hand if you're the most excited. I am too. And today's story time is going to be all about love. And what's special about the story time today is that we're actually, for the first time, for me, because Miss Jackie did an awesome Lunar New Year craft in Storytime yesterday, and the craft went super well. So I'm super excited that today we're actually going to be doing a craft. So let me share my screen one more time. If you didn't already, make sure you go to selibrary.org/events to get our song sheet so you can follow along with all the songs we're going to be doing today. We do have a few supplies that we need for the craft, so the listing is on there as well. Make sure you go to selibrary.org to see what you need for this craft. So raise your hand if you have everything ready for the craft. Raise your hand. Oh, a lot of you. Okay. All right. So before we get started, let me remind you of a couple of events that we have coming up. So our first one is going to be next Saturday, same time here on YouTube. Obviously, we're going to do our Black History Month story time. It's going to be super fun. We're going to learn a ton of stuff. It's one of my favorite story times that we ever do. So make sure you tune in for that one at 10:30. And as we continue to celebrate Black History Month, we are also having the one and the only Black Panther do a superhero academy with us. So make sure that you head over to selibrary.org/events or our Facebook page, which is also Santa Clara City Library. So you can find the links to everything. Or if you're watching on YouTube, everything's going to be here on YouTube at the same time next Saturday and the one after that. So if you want to learn to be a superhero from the very, very best, make sure you tune in for that one, okay? And if you didn't know already, we are on social media. You can watch all our events are always free. So you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. All right, let me see. Raise your hand if you're going to come learn from Black Panther. Raise your hand. He's going to teach you how to be an Avenger, so make sure you're there. All right, good job, everyone. Let's get started. Let me get my song sheet here. Which songs did we have today? All right, we're ready. Okay, raise your hand if you're standing up at home. Are we standing up? Not really. A lot of you are standing up. Okay. And parents, let me check the. Oh, who am I? I'm so sorry. My name is Miss Lorena. I work in the Youth Services Department at the Santa Clara City Library. So welcome, everyone. I always like to ask, raise your hand if this is your very first time at story time today. Virtual story time here at the Santa Clara City Library. There's a lot of you. Okay. Now raise your hand if you have been to story time with us before. And the Saturday story time with me specifically. Raise your hand. A lot. Okay, welcome back, everyone, and welcome if you're new. We are in Santa Clara, California, which is Northern California, but we are glad to have everybody from all over the world watching today. All right, so let's stand up at home. Let's stand up, stand up. Are you ready? Okay, and you're gonna put your hands up, and we're gonna go up, all the way up, and all the way down. Good job. And we're gonna turn around. Now we're gonna touch the sky, all the way up, stretch all the way up, and we're gonna touch the ground, all the way down. Good job. Now you're gonna show me your fingers. Parents, are they showing their fingers? Let me see. Good job. Show me your fingers. Wiggle your fingers. Good job. Now wiggle your toes. Well done. Wiggle your shoulders. Wiggle your shoulders. Good job. And as loud as you can, say hello. Ready? Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to story time. Now, like I said, today is going to be all about love. We have a really cute book. We have a really cute craft. We have really cute songs. It's going to be super fun. All right, parents, I really, really want to remind you, please, please, please participate with all your children during story time. Do all the songs and all the finger plays, read together. Make sure you are learning these songs in case you want to do them at home as well. And one more time, if you didn't download the song sheet, you can get it at sclibrary.org/events, okay? All right, our first one is called I Can Make a Heart. So let's make sure we're standing at home. And I'm gonna ask your parents to make sure that you're actually standing. So parents, can you raise your hand if your children are standing? Yes, okay, good. Now, if you don't know how to raise your hand at the bottom here, bottom right on Zoom, there's a little hand. You can click that and that's how we raise our hand, okay? All right, so show me your hands. Show me your hands like this. Good job. Now we're gonna put them together. And this is a rhyme about how to make a heart, okay? It goes like this. We're gonna do everything a couple of times. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I put my hands together. This is how I start. I curve my fingers right around and I can make a heart. Do you see that? You wanna try it one more time? Raise your hand if you got it the first time. Maybe we need to do it again. I think we should do it again. Okay, ready? Show me your hands one more time. We're gonna put them together. Let's try it. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I put my hands together. This is how I start. I curve my fingers right around and I can make a heart. Good job, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause. Well done. Now let's try another song. Raise your hand if you know the song, I'm a Little Teapot. Do you know that song? Yes? Okay. A lot of people know that. If you don't, that's okay. I'm going to teach you the tune. So this is to the tune of I'm a Little Teapot, and it's actually called I'm a Little Valentine. So it goes like this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm a little Valentine, red and white, with ribbons and lace. I'm a beautiful sight. I can say I love you on Valentine's Day. Just put me in an envelope and send me away. Got it? All right, and why did I do this? Can anybody tell me? Raise your hand if you know what this means. Raise your hand. Some people know. Good. If you didn't know, this is how you say I love you in American Sign Language. So can you take your hand like this? Then we're gonna curve these 2 middle fingers like that. And that is how you say I love you. So let's try that one more time. Ready? Stand up at home. We're gonna do it a little bit slower this time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm a little Valentine, red and white, with ribbons and lace. I'm a beautiful sight. I can say I love you on Valentine's Day. Just put me in an envelope and send me away. Good job, everyone. Well done. All right. How about we have a seat? Let's have a seat at home. Ready? Let's sit down, settle down a little bit, and then we have a lot of fun. Who is ready to read? Who loves to read? Raise your hand if you love to read. We at the library love, love, love to read. That's a lot of hands. Raise your hand if we want to read a book right now at this very second. Yes, good job, everyone. All right, let's read. I'm gonna share my screen turn off my video so you can see, but you can still hear me. All right, our book that we're gonna read today is called Porcupine, Cupid. Now I wanna let you know this book just came out. It is so adorable, one of my favorite ones. And if you are in Santa Clara or in the Silicon Valley, our library will reopen for lobby service next week. So not this coming week, but the one after that. And you can actually put this book on hold if you like it. So remember that I believe it says 22nd is going to be the first day that we're going to be reopened for lobby service. So make sure you come by, put some books on hold, and get a bunch of new stuff that we have got in the past few months. All right, so this is Porcupine, Cupid by Jason June, illustrated by Lori Richmond. To Gramps and Grandma B, who showed me that true love is real, JJ. For Matthew, my diamond medallion Valentine, LR. It's Valentine's Day, Porcupine said. And looks like Porcupine is all ready for Valentine's Day. Look at all these decorations. So cute. Love is in the air. Poke! Ow! I hope you find your true love, Porcupine sang. Poke! Hey! A partner who will love you forever and ever, Porcupine crooned. Poke! Yowzer! Your soulmate, your perfect match, Porcupine trilled. Poke! Ouch! Porcupine's heart was set on fanning the flames of love. Poke! Owie! Poke! Don't! Poke! Stop! Poke! Ooh, I can't see. Zoom doesn't let me see. I'm gonna read it a little different because I can't see. Zoom is blocking it. Using your quills is rather bothersome, if I do say so myself. You must be stopped. Good day, sir. Aw. Do you think that made Porcupine feel bad? Raise your hand. Did? Oh, I know. Oh no, looks like everybody's heading to a town hall meeting to discuss the Porcupine problem. Oh dear. Can you believe this? Raccoon asked. He must be stopped, Bear said. Porcupine has some nerve, Bobcat growled. He poked me on the bottom, Rabbit whispered in embarrassment. This is a catastrophe, a feline friend wailed. Need a hug? Bobcat purred. Uh-oh, looks like he's up to something. Porcupine is unbearable, Grizzly grumbled. I know the feeling, Bear said, and off they go together. What a hair-raising experience, Hare hollered. Tell me about it, Rabbit cooed. I guess that just leaves us, Raccoon said. Could be worse, his new pal giggled. And so they went off on their own. Porcupine sighed. My work here is done. It's like he's reading some books about great love stories. Youch! Oh my gosh, did he get poked himself? He did. The end. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Great job reading. Raise your hand if you love the book. Raise your hand if you liked it. Very cute, right? It's adorable. Again, that was Porcupine Cupid. We just got it in a couple weeks ago, so make sure you put it on hold. If you live in Santa Clara, you can come to the library and pick it up. It's very cute, right? I'm glad you liked it. Thank you so much. All right, so let's move on to our next song. Ooh. All right. Who here likes spelling? How about spelling? Raise your hand. Do we like letters, ABCs? Yes. All right. I love spelling, but I'm not very good at it. So here I have some letters, and I'm not really sure what this spells out. Can you tell me? Looks like there's an H, right? What letter is this? Can you tell me in the Q&A? This is H. This is this an A? This is an R. Let me check the Q&A. That is an E. Good job, everyone. You're right. That's an E. What about this one? Can you tell me what this one is? Which is this one? That's an A. Good job. What about this bottom one here? It's kind of weird. That's an R. Well done. And the last one, what letter is this? It's a T. Good job, everyone. And together, what does this spell out? Tell me at home. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What is it? It's a heart. Good job, everyone. You're right. This says heart. And so our next song is called H-E-A-R-T, and it's to the tune of B-I-N-G-O. So we are going to sing, and then we're going to take out some letters. So as we take out the letters, we're going to replace them with a clap, okay? Are we ready to try it? Raise your hand. Are we ready? That's not a lot of hands. I need to see more hands if we're ready. All right. We're all good. Okay, ready? Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. I made a Valentine for you. The heart shape says I love you. H-E-A-R-T, H-E-A-R-T, H-E-A-R-T. The heart shape says I love you. You remember how we learned how to make a heart earlier? We're going to do it again, okay? All right, let's take out one letter. We're going to take this one out. All right, now we're going to replace it with a clap. Ready? Raise your hand if we're ready. Are we ready to clap? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I made a Valentine for you. The heart shape says I love you. E-A-R-T, E-A-R-T, E-A-R-T. The heart shape says I love you. Good job. Okay, now we're going to take out an E. So how many claps are we going to do this time? Tell me in the chat. How many times are we going to clap this time? 2, right? Good job. Okay, ready? I made a Valentine for you. The heart shape says I love you. A-R-T, A-R-T, A-R-T. The heart shape says I love you. Good job. We're going to take out another letter. How many letters do we have left? Tell me in the chat. How many do we have left? Or shout it out at home. I can hear you. How many? Are you sure? 3, 4. How many do we have left? How many are here? 1, 2. Good job. We have 2 letters left. And how many times are we going to clap now? 3, right? All right. Let's try that. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I made a Valentine for you. The heart shape says I love you. R-T, R-T, R-T. The heart shape says I love you. Good job. Now we're going to take one more. We only have 1 left, which means how many times are we going to clap? See, H-E-A-R-T, but only T's left. So how many times are we going to clap? 4, right? Good job. Ready? Last one. I made a Valentine for you. The heart shape says I love you. T, T, T. The heart shape says I love you. Good job. And now we take our last one, which means we're going to clap how many times? H-E-A-R-T. We're going to clap 5 times, okay? Last one. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I made a Valentine for you. The heart shape says I love you. the heart shape says, I love you. Good job, everyone. Well done. Great job following along. All right, so we have one more story. Raise your hand if you want to hear one more story. But it's not a book. Do you know what I'm talking about? Anybody know? Raise your hand if you know. No? All right. So this is what's going to happen. Give me a second. I'm going to grab something for you. I am going to grab a big blank piece of paper right here. Pretty big, right? And what this is called, it's called a draw and tell. So basically how this goes is that I'm going to tell you a story, and this story is actually a drawing. So as we go along the story, I'm going to draw something. Raise your hand if you've ever seen a draw and tell before. Raise your hand. And if you used to come to story time with me here at the library, we used to do these a lot. It's kind of tough to do them over Zoom, but we're going to try, okay? All right, parents, if you have the song sheet, this is called Ashley's Valentine. There's a few steps that you need to follow if you want to try this again at home. So if you want to watch this again, if you want to try it later, you can watch it in our YouTube channel, okay? All right, this is called Ashley's Valentine. Ashley was rushing to get to school on Valentine's Day. She was running and running and running. She had a really big bag full of Valentines for her friends at school. But as she was running to her mom's car because she was going to be late to school, all her Valentines fell out of the bag. Oh no. But that's okay. She grabbed them all up, scooped them up, she put them back in the bag from the top of the bag, and she ran off to school. Now, as she was leaving, her dad was taking her to school. She looked at her mom, who was at the door, and she said, bye, Ashley, have a great day at school. I love you so much. Happy Valentine's Day. When you come home, I have a Valentine's Day surprise for you, but you have to wait until you get home from school. She says, bye, I love you, and Ashley waved, and she said, I love you back, and off she went to school. She couldn't decide what she was more excited about, her surprise after school or giving all her Valentines to her friends. She had a very special Valentine right here for her teacher. She also had a special Valentine for the school librarian and for the school nurse. And she had a ton of friends too. Like her friend Jason gave her a Valentine that he made just for her. And her friend Hakaru also gave her a customized Valentine. And she had tons of other friends, so she actually gave out a lot of Valentines to all her friends in her class. But her very favorite Valentine was the one that her best friend Carmen made just for her. It was really, really big and very beautiful. And now that Valentine's Day was over at school, she was heading home and she was so excited to see what her mom was going to get her for Valentine's Day. So she was thinking and thinking and thinking on her way home. She was wondering if maybe she was going to get a pretty new ribbon for her hair. Maybe she was going to get big containers of chocolate. Or maybe she was going to get bags and bags of candy. Now raise your hand if you know what Ashley got for Valentine's Day. Does anybody know? Raise your hand. What does it look like to you? Can you tell me in the chat or in the Q&A? What do you think that Ashley got? Raise your hand if you think it's candy. Raise your hand if you think it's candy. No? Not so much? Raise your hand if you think it's a PlayStation 5. Raise your hand. Doesn't look like it. Raise your hand if you think it's a puppy. Is it a puppy? Does it look like a puppy to you? Yes, good job. She got a new puppy for Valentine's Day and she named it Val. As from now on, Val was going to be her very special Valentine. The end, everyone. Good job. Raise your hand if you like the draw and tell. Raise your hand if you loved it. Good. I'm glad you did. We're going to try to do those more often. All right. Looks like story time has come to an end, but we are doing a craft today. So let's do our last song. Everybody said, somebody said a bear. Kind of looked like a bear. Yes. But yes, he was a puppy. Good job, everyone. All right, let's do our last song and then we're going to move on to our craft, okay? One more time. Stand up, stand up, stand up at home. And we're going to tickle the clouds all the way up, stretch out, tickle the clouds, and then tickle your toes. And we're going to turn around and touch your nose. Good job. We're going to reach down low. And we're going to reach up high. And story time is over. Wave goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. Now, if you are sticking around for the craft, let me show you what you are going to need. And I'm going to take some time to get the other camera ready for you all while we grab the supplies that you need. So you're going to need one piece of white paper, one piece of yellow paper, one piece of black paper, one pipe cleaner. The pipe cleaner is optional. If you don't have it, that's totally fine. A red or black marker or crayon, scissors, a glue stick, or Elmer's glue and tape. And parents, I do want to remind you, this requires the children to draw and cut out hearts, so the little ones might need help with it, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple minutes to grab this while I get the camera ready. Okay. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Can you raise your hand if you can hear me? Raise your hand if you can hear me, okay. Can you hear me? Okay, it looks like you can hear me. Let me make sure everything is spotlighted. Okay, raise your hand if you can see the camera. Can you raise your hand? Okay, perfect. So here is our craft camera. Make sure that you can see everything. So here is the craft that we are going to make today. This is a Cupid Valentine. And I wanted to make sure I have a camera set up that you can see every step. So thank you for your patience in setting that up. Now raise your hand if you have everything you need for the craft. Raise your hand. You have everything? Okay, wonderful. Again, if you don't have pipe cleaners, I'll teach you an alternative to the pipe cleaners, but it's pretty easy. Should be able to do it with just the paper, okay? All right, so the first thing we're going to do, let's make sure we have all our supplies, okay? So you're gonna need markers or crayons. In this case, I have both, just in case. You are going to need some tape. if you have, this is only if you are using pipe cleaners. If you're not using pipe cleaners, you're not going to need tape. You're gonna need some scissors. Be very careful with these, okay? Make sure you have your parents to help you. You're gonna need a glue stick or Elmer's glue. Either one is fine. I prefer the glue stick. It's a little bit easier. And you're going to need yellow, black, and white paper, okay? All right, raise your hand if we're ready to get started. Are we ready? Raise your hand, raise your hand. Okay, that's a lot of hands, so we're just gonna go ahead and start. All right, so our first step is going to be, we have our 3 different pieces of paper. We are going to fold these in half, okay? So let's fold the black paper in half as evenly as you can. I'm gonna go slow because I know that some people need more time. So if you are doing everything pretty fast, please bear with us. I want to make sure that everybody is following along. So I've folded this in half. Now, for this example, I'm actually using cardstock just so that it's easier for me to hold it up. But if you're using regular paper at home, that is totally fine. Just be very careful when you cut it, okay? All right, we're going to fold this one in half, and then we're going to move on to the next one. We're going to fold this one in half as well. As best as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I'm gonna fold it in half. I'm gonna try and keep an eye on the Q&A as well. If you have any questions, you can type them in the Q&A. Oh, which way? You want to fold them, so not landscape, portrait. You want to fold them down portrait, okay? I mean, I guess it would work either way, but for if you want to get this size Valentine, which is pretty big, this is my hand in comparison, you want to fold them portrait, okay? And last one, we're gonna fold this in half. Fold it, and so you should have your 3 pieces of paper that are smaller now. Raise your hand if you're done folding all the papers. Raise your hands. Are we okay? Okay. All right, looks like we can move on. All right, the next step, parents, this is where your children might need a little bit of help, is that we are going to draw a heart. And I want to make sure you don't have to use the black paper for this, but it's better because it doesn't show as obviously as the other colors. So you are actually going to use one of the hearts that you draw here as your template for the other 2. So that's why I like using the black paper, because it's easier to just turn it over and not see the color. So you're going to draw a heart. So the way that I did this one is I drew a pretty big heart all the way, okay? So I'm going to draw a heart, and I'm going to try to draw it as even as I can, but it's not going to be perfect. And that's okay, because it'll be made with love. You can see it. See, it's a little lopsided, but that's fine. And then if you mess up, which I did here, you can trim it a little bit. And again, this is why I prefer the black paper. Okay. And also, you're not done yet. You're going to draw a smaller heart right here. Okay, now that you see both. And the reason that you folded this paper in half is because when you cut it out, you're actually going to get 2 hearts here and 2 hearts here. So go ahead, and if you're ready, you can go ahead and start cutting once you drew your heart, okay? I'm gonna just cut, I'm gonna start with the little one actually, because it's easier for me to cut out the piece. And you're not going to have to do the 2 hearts in every single paper, just the black one is fine. And here you get 2 little hearts, so cute. And put these on the side. Make sure you have a trash can or something nearby, recycle. Okay, and now I'm gonna cut the big one out. Okay, and now I got my 2 hearts here, and it's a little lopsided. So I am not a strong cutter, and I'm sorry to you all, but I hope that you are happy with whatever hearts you drew. I'm sure they are gorgeous. And parents, I would love, love, love to see the craft after you are all done. So if you are on Facebook, if you could go on facebook.com/Santa Clara City Library and message us some photos of your children's crafts, we will post them to our social media. We love seeing what you guys are doing at home when we are doing crafts and stuff like that. So please do share those with us. Okay, so now I have 2 hearts here, right? And this is the one that I drew on. So I'm going to put this one to the side. And I'm actually going to use the same one because it's already drawn on as a template for the other 2. That way they are both the same size. Okay. Raise your hand if we're doing okay. Raise your hand if we're following along okay. Are we good? Okay. I'm going to assume there's not a lot of hands because you guys are working on this. But again, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and tell me in the Q&A. Okay. Now I'm going to use this heart as a template for my other 2 papers. I'm just going to trace this with my red marker. Ooh. So there's the yellow one. And there's the white one. Okay. And now those are traced, and you want to start cutting them as well. Make sure you're cutting both of them, okay? Both sides of the paper. Okay. Here are my 2 white ones. I'll put these on the side, and then we'll get to the yellow ones. Okay. All right. So does anybody need help? Looks like you guys are all good. Nobody said anything in the Q&A. Can you make it little? Yes, you can. You can make it whatever size you want. I'm just making this big one so that it is big enough for everybody to see, but you can make them any size. And once you try it, you can do it again with different colors. You can do it however you want. This is just our sample. All right. At this point, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big hearts and 2 little ones, which is how much? How many hearts is that? Can you tell me what's 6 plus 2? 6 plus 2. Tell me at home. It's 8, right? Good job. So you should have a total of 8 hearts, okay? Raise your hand if you're ready to move on to the next step. Are we ready? It's a couple hands only. Okay. Well, the next steps are very easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and start. If you need help again, just tell me in the Q&A. So as you can see here, we layered the hearts like this, and the white hearts are the bee's wings. So we're going to put the white ones on the side for now, and we're going to start with the base. And again, you want to make sure that your hearts are turned over. So see the ones that have writing on them? You want to turn it over so that you can't see it. So there's a little bit of red here. I'm going to turn that over. Same thing for the white ones. All right, we're going to start with our base. This is our first heart that we cut out. So this is going to be our base. And we're going to measure how we want it to be stacked up right about here. And so in this top part, the yellow one, we're going to add some glue to the back of it. If you have tape and not glue, you can also use tape, or you can use Elmer's glue. And we're going to put it right over like this. Okay, I'm gonna go slow. I see some people are saying to wait in the Q&A, so I'm gonna do this very slowly for the ones that are ready to move on. Go very slow. Actually gonna draw a heart here. I'm gonna check on my friends on YouTube for a minute. So for those that need some more time, that is okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave this up for a minute. I'm gonna wait maybe a minute or two just to make sure. There's a lot of people saying we're going too fast, so I'm gonna wait. If you are already done and you're already done cutting out your hearts and you're at this step, while we wait for our friends to catch up, what you can do is you can actually start drawing the face of your bee on the top yellow heart or whatever scheme you chose to do. You can start drawing the face now. We'll get there. But let's just wait for everyone else. Okay, I'm gonna give you one more minute and then we can keep going. Now raise your hand. Can you raise your hand if you are already here at the step? Raise your hand. There's quite a few of you. Okay. All right. So one more minute and then we are going to move on. And again, if we are going too fast, I just don't want to make sure that everybody's kind of at the same speed. If you are having difficulty with any steps of the craft, this is on YouTube, so you can go back and watch it if you need to go over some steps that we did. All right, look like the minute's up. We're gonna move on to the next steps. Okay, and then yes, the same thing. This is gonna be the head face of our bee. So I'm actually gonna put this one higher than the rest. I didn't do that with this one because I didn't think about it until now, but bees have that kind of like scarf around their faces, the cute little bee faces. They have a lot of fluffy hair around it. So I'm gonna put it a little bit higher so that it kind of looks like a bee. Okay, I'm going to add glue again. I'm gonna put it a little bit higher this time. I think I put too much glue, but that's okay. If you are using a table, make sure you wipe everything down when you're done. Make sure you wash your hands after using glue and markers. All right, this is my bee. I like her little scarf here. Okay. Raise your hand if you're ready to move on to the next step. We'll wait a little bit longer. And for those of you who are ready, oh, you know what? This is a good time to show you, just in case. If you don't have a pipe cleaner, I can show you what you can do instead. So the pipe cleaner, while you guys are still working, this is a pipe cleaner. If you don't have this at home, I know that not everybody has these at home. Like I don't have these at home. So I'm going to teach you how to make other antlers for your bee. So you can actually take your scraps from the black paper and you just want to cut. Maybe I'll actually use this for this bee, not the other bee. We're going to cut this. You're just going to cut a line like that. And this is, again, this is only if you don't have the pipe cleaners. And you're going to get a V looking paper, and then you're going to cut this in half. Okay, and so you can get creative with however you want to do this. You can just use this as the antlers like this. You can use them as arms. You can fold them up, which is what I'm going to do while I wait for you all to finish gluing your heart. So I'm going to fold this up. And it looks like a lot of you are still working. And fold it up, fold it up, fold it up like this. This is going to give us a cute little squiggly line for our bee's head. I'm going to do it again with the other one. And after this, we're going to move on to the rest of the craft. Let me just check in with you all. Are you doing okay? Raise your hand if you're ready to move on. Not yet. Okay, it looks like we're still working. No worries. We can take our time. We don't have a time limit, so no problem. And I'm glad that slowing down is helping. So, and it's hard to do it at home with your little ones. I'm sorry, I'm going really fast. It's gonna be our bees antlers for this bee. Okay. A couple of you typed that you are ready. Yes, so somebody asked if you can use a straw. Definitely, you can use whatever you want for this craft. This is the best part of this craft, is that you can make it however you feel like making it. So, and for this one, we're not going to add legs to it, but I have seen a different version of this with the legs. So you can do something similar like we did here to add arms to your bee. I'm not exactly sure how many legs they have, but you can add some legs to the bee. You can add stickers, you can add glitter, you can use a straw, you can use whatever, you can use string if you want, you can use whatever you want. All right, raise your hand if we're ready to move on. Raise your hand. Okay, a couple more. Okay, looks like we are moving on for the next one. And the next steps are very simple. So again, if you need more time, it's very, very easy. Now, we're going to glue the white hearts to the side of the bee, and those are gonna be, get it? Those are gonna be its wings, okay? That was bad, that was a bad joke, I'm sorry. All right, so we're gonna add a little bit of glue here at the bottom of the heart. I'm gonna make them stick out a little bit more than the other bee. Kind of like, and the glue that we have is purple, but it dries clear, so don't worry if it shows a little bit. Measure out a little bit better for this one, like right here. Okay. Add some more glue. And see, it dries clear. It's like magic. Okay. While we are working on this, parents, if you enjoyed having a craft with story time, when we are finished, not right now, because I know you are all busy. So when you are done, right before we go and end the webinar, if you can tell me in the Q&A that you enjoyed the craft. I'm thinking about including crafts more often. We usually record them ahead of time, and so this is one of our first live one was yesterday with Miss Jackie, and this is my first live one. So if you enjoyed it, please let me know at the end, and maybe I can include more crafts in future story times. Yes, if you need to leave, totally no problem. You can leave and do it at home. You can come back and watch us later on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/City of Santa Clara Library, or you can just search City of Santa Clara Library on YouTube and you'll find our channel. You are enjoying the craft? Oh, good. I'm glad. More crafts? Yes. You're going to show your teacher little crafts? Okay, okay. I'm feeling the love. I'm super happy that you enjoyed it. I'm definitely happy to add more crafts in the future. Okay, raise your hand if we're ready. We're almost done. Raise your hand if we're ready to move on. couple hands. Okay. Okay, good. We're good. All right, so our next step is going to be to add the bee's face. And this is where you can get creative and do whatever you want. So you can see here, my bee has hard eyes and a little smile. I'm going to do something different. Let's see, what do I want to do? And you can do this however you want, whatever face you want. If you don't even want it to have a face, if you just want to write your Valentine here, you can. You can. Oh, this is going to be for your dad. How cute. I'm actually going to give this to my Valentine as well. So I'm going to do this a little bit different. Let's see. I'm going to add some, for this one I did hard eyes. So for this one, I'm going to do maybe a sleepy looking bee. I'm going off that emoji that has that little tiny smile and the blush. So I'm going to, let's see, make it sleepy because I am always sleepy. It's got a cute little mouth. Put little hearts here. This is going to be its little cheeks. Got a puppy looking mouth. We're going to add some eyebrows. And again, you can do this however you want to make your bee. And I'm going to add some text here with whatever colors you choose to use. It's going to look great. And I can't wait to see them. So this is one. This is the previous one we made. This is our second one. This is our sleepy bee. And I'm going to say, let's see, I need some bee puns. Okay, this one says, be mine Valentine. And this one says, we belong together. And again, you can decorate this however you want. I have seen different versions of this that used like cellophane for the wings. That one was more advanced, so I chose not to do it, but it looks very, very cute. We're almost done. Do you like it? I'm glad you like his cute little face. Sleepy because I'm always, always sleepy forever and ever. And while we wait for people to catch up, we're drawing the face. Oh, if you want to share pictures, please, 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 on Facebook, go ahead and send me your images. I will check the messages as soon as the craft is over. So go to facebook.com/Santa Clara City Library. Let me share the screen one more time so you can see the links. Let me go back. How do we go back? Go back. All through our book. Right here. So if you can go to facebook.com/Santa Clara City Library, you can also send me the images on Instagram if you want. But if you can, please, please, please message me photos of your children's crafts. And if you did one as well, this craft is for everyone. I would love to see them. And I would love to post them later, share them in our story on Instagram and Facebook. So please do send us photos if you'd like. They will be posted as you send them. So if you want to include your child's face, or if you don't, if you want to take a picture of just the craft, it's up to you, but we will share those photos on social media. So please, please, please make sure that you send us photos that you want us to share on our story, okay? Okay, so we're almost done. Oh, thank you, Angela. I'm glad that you're having fun, and I love having you all here, and I miss you so much. I'm glad that you're enjoying the craft. I'm glad that you're having fun at story time. Okay, we're almost done, you guys. So again, I'm not going to use the pipe cleaner because we already used the pipe cleaner here. But if you do have a pipe cleaner, all you need to do is grab your pipe cleaner, cut it in half, twist it a little bit like I did here. And then as you can see in the other side of this, we used some tape. So we added some tape to the back of the heart here. And that way it stayed, because this won't stay with regular Elmer's glue or a glue stick. So if you are using the pipe cleaner and you want to add the hearts to the end of the antlers, then make sure you have some tape, okay? Raise your hand if you have a pipe cleaner. Raise your hand. I don't have pipe cleaners at home. You have a couple? Okay. So the rest of you, raise your hand if you don't have a pipe cleaner. Oh yeah, so there's more people that don't have pipe cleaners than actually do. So again, if you don't have a pipe cleaner, you can cut out pieces from the black piece of paper and create them into antlers however you want. You can twist them, you can fold them, you can just put them as is, okay? Alexia, I'm glad you're enjoying the craft. Angela, I'm glad that you're having a great time. Thank you so much. Okay, all right, last step. So the first thing we want to do is we're gonna take our last hearts right here, and we're going to add glue to the edge. So you see there's a smaller edge for mine. However yours came out, you wanna add some glue at the end. If you didn't fold yours, that's fine. If it's straight like this, you just want to fold the end so that you'll be able to glue your heart on there, okay? And we're going to add that there. Squish it, squish it, squish it. Okay. All right. There's one. And the second one, you can add glue here. And we are going to glue our heart one more time. Give it a couple of seconds to set. If you are using a pipe cleaner, I'm getting some questions about the pipe cleaner. How do you put it on the paper? So this, again, we use tape. I'm sorry, I didn't go over that part. So yes, the back of the bee has tape here. So the pipe cleaner won't stay with glue. So you do want to add tape to the back of the bee if you are using pipe cleaners. If you are using a straw, you can also use tape. So you can, it doesn't matter what type of tape you have because it's on the back of the bee. So it's not like it's going to show anyway. So you can use any type of tape you have at home. It doesn't have to be the clear one. How long have we been streaming? I think we've been streaming for going about an hour now, but we're almost done. So, all right. And then this is our last step for real this time. For realsies, we're going to add our bees. I've been saying antlers, but they're actually antennas. I'm sorry. We're going to add the antennas of the bee. We're going to add some glue at the end. You see, it's kind of like a lollipop, so all the way at the bottom. I'm going to glue here. And we are going to glue down here. I'm going to close. Make sure we're closing all our glues. It's easy to keep stuff open. Same thing with markers. Make sure we are closing them up so they don't dry out and we can use them again. Okay. All right. I'm sorry if I went too fast. I'm so sorry. I have done this craft a few times, so it was easy to move on really quickly. So thank you, everyone. And that is it for our bee craft. So again, please let me know if you enjoyed the craft. A lot of you already did. I'm so glad to have had you today. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. We belong together here at Storytime at the Santa Clara City Library. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. I'm glad that you liked the book. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad that you liked the craft, and I'm glad that you enjoyed everything. If you are still working, you can finish it up at home. Again, this recording is on our YouTube channel. So one more time, I would like to remind you to please send us some photos on Facebook or Instagram. We would love, love, love to reshare those photos. So please make sure it's a photo that you don't mind being reshared on social media. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm glad you liked the crafts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Oh, my pun was good. Thank you. I came up with this on the spot. Not kidding. I didn't Google it. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a great day. Enjoy your day with your loved ones. Stay safe, please. Stay home. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, everyone. We'll see you again very soon. I can't wait to see you in person if you used to come to Storytime in person at the Santa Clara City Library. I cannot tell you how much I miss seeing your beautiful faces. So have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to turn off the webinar now. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.